Okay, I'm back. So I thought about this too, during that period where I finished. Okay, so I finished the work, and so I sat there doing nothing for the whole period, and this is during health class, by the way. If you care. That class is really boring. All we get is, like, bookwork. But I guess it makes sense. But so I was thinking, hey, you know what, I might as well think about some stuff that I'm going to do for my quest. And so I thought about this idea, and hopefully it's not too, like, annoying. But I don't know. So, like, what I thought of is that when you beat the dungeon, like, these are the warp screens. You can warp between them when you've beaten the dungeon. Because the flute, they're marked with the Triforce. I have one for all the areas. I happen to be on that one. I need to develop the water area as well. I know what I'm going to do for the dungeon, which is cool, but I need to fix the area more, so, yeah. Where's the stupid... There it is. Yeah, so between all these that I have developed... So what I have is that when you beat the dungeon and get the Triforce, that triggers the screen secrets. So like I have it set. So if you can see here from the warp tile, the warp screen thing, there are two of them. If you can see a little bit, there's a little bit of the whole thing on that tile there, and hopefully you'll notice that when either you warp between here or you just look around. It's like, hey, what's up with that? And if you could somehow look at it with the flags, you'd see that it's flag 16, and so I have it so that when you beat this dungeon and get the Triforce, that triggers the screen state to be completed, which then turns this flag 16 into a more cracked version, so it's become cracked. Don't ask me how, I just decided that. And then after that, you can then use a super bomb on it, which then opens it up into a cave, which I then have set to take you to a D-map, which I have called the EX Dungeon, or something like that, I don't know. But so my idea is that I guess you're in a little bit of a wasteland area, the character. If you've seen the character, by the way, I tried to make it so it's not just Link. I tried to make a custom sort of character. So it's not as lumped in with all the original whatevers. And it's not all that different, really, because all I did was I took the original Link sprites from... I took the Link sprites and I just recolored them, pretty much. So, he's not Link anymore, he's... I don't know who, actually. But so that screen thing, I have it set for all of the screens where I have the Triforce warps. Originally, I was gonna have these warps in areas that weren't the Triforce thing, but then you could miss them, possibly. I was gonna have that one on this screen, because you have to go through this screen, because, on the dungeon, I don't have it so you can use the whistle, but I do for these, for the outside areas, and the overworld. And so anyways, my idea is that for the final area of the final area of the game, for like the outside area going into the dungeon, is gonna have like the color sapped out of it. And then every time you beat a dungeon, the color goes back into like a little part of the area, and then there's like a barrier making it so you can't go straight into the final dungeon. And to get through that barrier, you need to go through the EX dungeon, and like presumably hit a switch or something, which will then get rid of that barrier. And I think that's a good idea. And it could be, but at the same time, that does seem a little bit cryptic, as well as, what if you don't look around? You'll never notice this stuff, excuse me. Like, if you don't look around and explore, you'll never notice this stuff. Or, if you just do all this stuff at once and get to the final area, it's like, huh, so it was just like that? It's like, if you never noticed, it wasn't like that, it's like you'll never have known, oh, I needed to do this in the first place. So it's like, yeah, you did it, but you didn't know that you needed to do it. So, like, see, the thing about my quest that I've noticed, at least, is that, wow, I'm at 5 minutes already, jeez, I talk a lot. But the thing I've noticed about my quest is that if you go just for each dungeon, just straight to each dungeon, and don't explore, you can get through the game. But if you don't explore, you miss out on a lot of stuff, some of which, if my idea goes through, is crucial to completing the game. And if you just aren't the explorative type, then you just won't beat the game, because you'll miss the secrets. You know, and that's not good, obviously. And then some of this stuff, even if you do explore, is a little cryptic. Like that, the tile here, I have my finger on it, sorry, I should use the mouse cursor, sorry. Right there, the tile, even though it is different, it is a fairly small difference. And even, it goes from this to this, which is different, but at the same time, the cracks do blend in with the rest of the wall because of the black. Now, if it was that there was no black on these rocks, then that would be easy to spot, easier to spot, at least. So, I don't know, I might want to fix that. Or change it or something, I don't know. I don't know, leave your idea, I guess, if you think I should do something different in the comments. I'm always up for suggestions, pretty much. But, like, I want to make this more, like, of an original quest that hasn't been done before, but at the same time probably has, because, let's be honest, everything has been done before. Like, if you think of something original, it may be original, but at the same time, someone's probably done it before. Everyone has done something. Like, we've gotten to the point in our society, I suppose, where you could say, where I'm confident that you could say, that at this point in time, almost, if not anything, almost if not nothing, is original anymore, because everything's been done. And that could be true, to be honest, but I don't know. It's original to me, at least. And that's all that matters, right? No, it's not. Whatever, I don't know. Jeez. Alright. Jeez. Yeah, I was thinking about giving you guys a preview of my quest, but I kind of did. It's like developer commentary, to an extent. Jeez. I don't know, though, because where's the freaking... Dude, where is the... Oh, here it is. Yeah, I'm thinking about showing, like, some gameplay of it, but I don't know. Because, like, I have... Some of this stuff, actually, now that I think about it, is kind of structured a little oddly. Because, like, in this first area, for example, there's a lock block right there. Which, oh, I guess you can't get rid of that with using the solve. But when you get rid of that, that opens up a warp, which takes you closer to the other warps, which is just for convenience. But then, if you go out into the overworld, using a... Did I skip it? I did. Oops. But yeah, if you go out into this orange area, which takes you out to the overworld, it's like, oh no, I'm locked in here, what do I do? But, there's a key. I skipped it again, dang it. There's a key right there, which you need to use on that, actually, so that's not the case. There's a key in there, which you can use in 2 places, on the warp area, inside, but then it's like, oh no, I can't get out there now, what do I do? Well, that's not true. I tried to make it so it's easy to find, but at the same time, it's one of those cases where if you're not explorative, you could easily miss it. So you spawn here after going through the tan warp, which takes you to the mountain. And then if you explore around, this guy tells you that you need the boomerang for the dungeon. If you go down into here, which takes you to the overworld, again, like the overworld, a different spot. You need the candle to go any farther, so I've blocked that off. But there's a key, which I have intended for you to use on the second lock block that you didn't unlock. But that could be cryptic. Like, really cryptic. So, yeah, I don't know. Jeez, I don't know. Tell me in the comments if my train of thoughts, if my way of thinking is, like, too cryptic. I'd love to hear outside input, to be honest. And then, you know what, as well, for outside input, I'd love to know 2 good themes that are, like, fiery, and then, and then I guess 2 other themes that are sort of mysterious, as well, I suppose, because, I don't know, originally, like, this gray area was going to take you to, like, the 8th area, which would then take you to the 8th dungeon, and then in the 8th area, after you fit all the switches, it takes you to the final area, or something like that, where you can then go to the final dungeon, level 9. And I originally had a few music ideas for the areas, except I just couldn't find the MIDI for the song that I wanted to use, so I had to find another song. And I know actually that since I'm using 2.5, and speaking of that, actually, since I'm using 2.5, people might be thinking, wow, you did a very little using 2.5. Because you could probably, aside from this little warp system that I have set up here, where you can just go to all the areas, I could have done all of this in probably like 190. So, yeah, and then I could have just had these warps in different rooms, and it would have the same effect. There'd just be more walking involved. But yeah, I'm kind of thinking I'm doing too little. But I don't know, there's a lot of stuff you can do in 2.5. You can make your own enemies. I made a few new enemies. Actually, I only made 1 or 2 enemies. I made the Master, as I called it. He's the souped up wizrobe. And then I made the new item, the Master's Cloak, which is pretty much a blue ring. I don't know why I didn't just retexture the blue ring. To be honest, I should have done that. But I don't know. Yeah, I guess. I don't know, that's about it, I suppose, unless I forgot something important. Yeah, give me some music ideas for, like, fire and mystery, I suppose, and then tell me if I'm being a little too cryptic for some of this stuff. Yeah, I'd love your guys' opinions on my little subject matter here. So yeah. Hopefully, I'll have some, more Metroid Prime and Pikmin coming up. Either tomorrow or later today, depending on when I upload this. And then I gotta get to recording Ni no Kuni again, actually. Because I could be doing that right now, to be honest. I should be doing it right now, because now is probably the best time to be recording, because I'm alone and there will be no interruptions unless someone breaks into the house and kills me, which I saw myself in the mirror and thought it was a murderer. Dang it, I'm such a stupid. But yeah, whatever. That'll be the end of this video, and I just so happened to end on the ice screen. Again, that's cool. But yeah, give me your guys' input. I would love your guys' input if anyone is watching, which hopefully someone is, but who knows. But yeah, so thanks for watching if you did. This has been, I guess, the developer's commentary on, I guess, my first Zelda Classic Quest. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, I suppose. So see you guys later. Goodbye.